Hi, good morning, everyone. This is an unauthorized trade that I'm gonna just test for the fun of it. It's gonna trigger at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time on March 17th. It's current account. It's Thursday, so we have the unemployment claims, and it's also got Philly Fed, which unfortunately they kind of have ruined Philly Fed by moving it from a 10 o'clock solo report. They've moved it into an 8:30 report with other news. So it's been kind of a struggle to figure out what to do with Philly Fed. Um, on this particular report, my I call it unauthorized because Jay is not has not sent out a HIRA. My gut feeling is I'll try for a movement of bonds. So I've got ZB 616, which is the current contract. Hey, and don't forget if you trade the DAX, today's the DAX day that you change the account to 6. The DAX doesn't roll over the way the US does, it just changes. So today is the new DAX day. So I would do this as a breakout. I would, because there's quite a bit of news. There's three, which, as you know, I probably in real life wouldn't trade this. So really, this is just for fun. Current account. If it was just current account and Philly Fed, I might take a shot. Those are two good moving news reports. But adding in unemployment, it really throws a lot of monkey wrenches into the report. So I haven't done enough testing. Maybe it would be better as a trap trade. You never know. For this, I'm going to do a bracket distance of bonds, and I'm going to do four. I don't want to get thrown into the. I'd rather not get in the trade than get thrown in on the wrong side because there is quite a bit of news. So don't forget you do false 16 and true because of the stop issue in Ninja, that there is actually a bug in Ninja. And this is an 8:30 report, and with bonds, and a lot of times when I do a testing, especially with bonds, I want to get as close to 8:30 as possible. So I'm going to do 8:29:59. We're going to do our usual. I'll take 99 ticks of bonds, and I'm going to do a nice tight profit of 4. That way, if we get 8 ticks, 4 in our bracket, and 4 or 5 moved, we'll make 120 bucks. And if somehow all the news agrees and it's great and fantastic, or it's all horrible and it all agrees and it's great and fantastic, I'll put a second target of 12, and I'll use a 6 stop. That way, hopefully, if I lose, I'll lose under $400, which I can live with. That's what I like to use as a limit. And then, of course, the account you're going to use. This is a sim because it really, truly is just a test. This is no HIRA, unauthorized. So we're going to make sure that we get our icon and that JOBB will actually work. And I just ran a trade, so I'm comfortable we're going to get going. So that's how I set up a unauthorized trade. We've got plenty of time until the trade takes place, so I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, we're getting closer to my unauthorized bond report on current account, Philly Fed, and it's Thursday. So we've got the unemployment claims. 3 news items, which is usually one too many for me to trade, but again, it's a test, a sim, to see if it might have been worth using bonds. I'm throwing a tier of 4, which is a little bit large for bonds because I don't want to get thrown in the wrong way since there's a bunch of news items. We've got about a minute left. And today, don't forget, it's a rollover day. It's not really rollover day, but today is the first day that I've noticed that the oil May contract is higher. The K is higher than the J. So you want to be on the new oil contract. And also the DAX has changed over to M now as well. We've got about 33 seconds until this report gets released. Philly Fed probably has the most impact. it's sad how they've kind of ruined Philly Fed. I don't think Jay is totally sure yet what to do with it. Used to be 10 o'clock by itself, was a nice little report to trade, and now they've combined it as an 8:30 trade. So it's kind of taken the oomph out of it. We've got about 10 seconds. Again, this is a fun test. Bonds.
Order pending.
Here we go. Let's see if we get any action. If I can trade this, okay. And I mean, you gotta believe
Order pending.
something's gonna happen. We're filled on 2 short. So I think that what I want to do is cover both of these because it's highly unlikely that we're going to get down that far to fill the second one by itself, to reach it. So let's get them both combined. So we've got our stop. It's amazing how the price action is pretty minimal. Now, to get stopped out, don't you want to be above the high of the day? I certainly want to make the market work a little bit if they're going to stop me out, right? So if we could get down to here, it would have to work to get below all our moving averages. The initial jobless claims were about what was expected. Philly Fed's not really showing up for some reason on my investing.com. They've screwed up that Philly Fed so much that no one even knows what to do with it. The data isn't there. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to reset my screen. I could try Forex Factory, but they're very slow in getting the data out. So we're flat. We've got some money in the bank here. You can't get, if you would go up to that 62.50, it would take you out flat because almost always. Now we've got some stuff happening. So let's see if
Order filled.
Okay, it hit me as I was moving my stop. We got hit. We took a little bit of profit on the test, and you realize I did make a platform error in that trade because I was moving my stop. Look, we would have really cleaned up and would have been a nice trade. So the point is not whether I made a platform error. The point is it worth testing and using real money at some of these reports? And I think it probably is. If your account's large enough and you can take a hit of a couple of $100, we would have made a nice little profit on this trade. And I'm going to stop the trade. Let's see what happens in a minute or so where the price winds up. And you can tell what happened as I was moving my stop. I accidentally moved it too close to the market price, so it took me out of the market. So actually, let's see if price is changing, if it's reversing it all here instead of stopping the report for a second. See if anything happens. But either way, we made $187. It's a sim, so you always want to check your entries with the sim on the range chart. See if it was real. I like to put the data box on also. And we were 829.59. So we were right. 829.59 would be right about here. So the key is you don't want to be broken 4 ticks to the top side, which we definitely weren't. So we were taken in short. We went down.
Strategy alert.
No question, it was a legitimate trade. Without a doubt, it was a real short. So this would have been a money-making trade. Just one way that you can find your own trades with JOBB, which is one of the greatest aspects of the software, is that if you use a little ingenuity and you're clever, you can find reports to trade and make some money, even if you make a mistake on the platform. So here you go, guys and girls. Everybody enjoy this video. This would have stopped us out, I'm sure, had we still been in the trade. So I think that 187.50 is fairly close to what might have been true. And good test. See you all later. Lee Goldstein, Procol33 at gmail.com. Take care.